Kiralagabiru, Adam.
Kiralagabiru, Paul.
Well, let's talk about what's new in theaters this week. Barbarian. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not about the Barbarian. It's nor is it a Conan prequel. You know, they love to just shorten the title when they do a prequel.
One word. That's the rule now. You get one word.
It is a horror movie where a woman has a scary experience at an Airbnb rental. The film is funded in part by a generous donation from La Quinta Inn. So that's no surprise.
We have a Stars Guard. There's a Stars Guard alert there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Also coming to Disney Plus, Pinocchio.
Oh.
Yeah, starring Tom Hanks as Geppetto. Now that he's played the everyman in so many films, Hanks begins his journey into classic literature to ensure the fact that he, in fact, plays every single man.
True. And, of course, we have Clerks 3 on September 13th.
Oh, my gosh.
The latest sequel from Kevin Smith, no doubt explores the question, what happens when Quick Stop can't pay all their PPP loans? I think I'm right about that. Go ahead.
It's Money Movie Nonsense! Is there supposed to be a drop there? Did I cut that off?
What, the drop was the Jaws blowing up. That's...
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, welcome to Monday Movie Nonsense, the show.
Oh, I see what you mean. Right? Oh, I blew it. I didn't play
PPP
loans?
Okay.
Yeah. What if it happens when Quick Stop can't pay back all their PPP loans?
All you motherfuckers are gonna pay.
All right, that's enough of that.
I like that clip too much to not.
Here's what's funny. I only wanted the "It is in fact you who are the ball lickers" clip, but I accidentally exported the entire scene where they're talking into the speech to text. Oh, well, what are you gonna do?
We cut now live to Paul's head when he missed that drop.
I feel bad. Okay.
I think we need to do the, for anybody who doesn't know, I'm sure everybody watching knows, that we did the Star Wars, an entire baseball commentary to the movie Star Wars. I gotta say, picking another movie and doing a golf announce would be a fun thing. 6 days, 7 nights with golf announcers. Now Harrison Ford walks over to the bushes. He seems a little frustrated. Welcome to Movie Nonsense, happening every Monday, even if it's a national holiday. Every Monday at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. And if you don't know Money Movie Nonsense, it's the show that begins where one of us says, welcome to Movie Nonsense, happening Monday at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. If you've seen our videos, attended our live shows, or watched us in the Movie Trivia Schmodown, then you know that we're all about the nonsense. It's particularly the two of us. I mean, we make some of the people in the Schmodown look like they're not even about nonsense, and that is just not true. But, you know, they don't stop making movies, except maybe this weekend. But nevertheless, we make comedy shows about movies. We talk about movies. We do skits on all that sort of stuff, and we do it every week because there's always something new happening every week. Like, who could have predicted, Paul? Was 3D, and then release it on Labor Day weekend. Couldn't have predicted that. It happened, and we were there.
They really saw Nothing New opening well in advance to put that and E.T. in theaters.
And unlike AMC and IMAX, we don't charge you a penny for this, okay? They're going to make you pay for the commercials that you see before the thing. They're going to make you pay for 10 trailers, all with one word in the title. I don't know when we got to that rule.
Adam says something clever. We don't give you an upcharge, you know? It's
No.
all included in the nothing. The nothing.
If you're ever dissatisfied with the show, please see the live stream bursar for an entire refund.
Yes.
But hey, let's say you had a good time today. Let's say you enjoyed what they say. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. They drop random quotes. I gotta tell my friends about that. Well, that's easy. You just hop on the old Twitter there You type in at the movie. You can search for us anywhere on the internet, Paul. You can search for us on Yahoo or Google or
I don't think Bing is a thing anymore, but
I don't think so. Or dogpile.net or whatever. Anyway, we got podcasts. We're guest starring in other shows. There's other movie trivia shows and stuff where they play music and I lose, and that's all up there too. You're like, where do I find all the things you do? Paul's very good at cataloging it, putting it all up there. And of course, the Ford Fiesta podcast, our show that comes out.
I mean,
prove to you. Have you heard the production value in the show? But there's a new one coming up.
We need to put them out more regularly. But the Empire Strikes Back episode did just drop with special guest Chance Ellison of the Notorious by Chance podcast and our buddy from the Movie Trivia Schmodown. It is a thorough once-over of that film. So there's comedy recaps, there's Harrison Ford news, there's this date in Ford history, there's a long talk with Chance, there's the look into how Harrison Ford he is in this as he's approaching Raiders, his really first leading man thing. So do not miss the Empire Strikes Back Ford Fiesta episode. It is out there now in video form, which has nothing new added to it except you can get it on YouTube, and kids love YouTube, or everywhere you can listen to a podcast.
And we used to come out more regularly, and then I got a couple summer jobs, but also talk about has increased in these shows. It's a little easier to put out a dead heat on a merry-go-round because you're like, I don't know, what are our first thoughts? That's all the thoughts.
Right. Empire, we could go on. So.
But we'll be quicker about it and drop in probably less pop cultural drops, which I'm a little too obsessed with, maybe. You think?
But they are good in this one. You made some good calls.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Now, speaking of today's jam-packed show, we're going to keep it to... I'm a mess. I've been outside preparing for a trailer trash picnic.
Please, you've been outside all day, haven't you?
Yeah, but there is... I forgot I was wearing this Gino's East Pizza Joint t-shirt from 1996 when I worked there in Chicago.
Wow.
And it's celebrating their 30th anniversary. And it reminded me, Adam, we're celebrating our first.
We are celebrating our
50-year-old.
Yeah, I think we should have a first anniversary show. We'll have some time to cull some clips. It doesn't have to happen on our first anniversary, but
yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. We could do a first anniversary show at some point. I need to update the graphics too.
Yeah, well, I need
new background.
We need to upgrade the hosts. I mean, everything needs upgrading.
Yeah, let's get some cuties in here. Come on.
But besides that, we've got some talk about John Williams at the Bowl. As you mentioned, we did see a lot this week, so there's much to talk about. Do we need to talk about anything else that's coming out this week? I would like.
Is that Pinocchio's coming out this week? Is that released like this Friday or something?
Isn't it? Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back. Okay, so I searched Craig Gainier on the web. He's our buddy, Craig the Barbarian.
Our beloved Craig the Barbarian.
Movie Trivia Schmodown. And then I saw a LinkedIn profile. Same dude. Same dude.
That's the same dude.
I think so. This is corporate Craig.
Wow, corporate. Let's get some more trivia going because I think the corporate Craig. I mean, the idea of a barbarian going corporate is a great comedy. You know, that's like Unfrozen Caveman Lawyer territory. If we want to write some skits too, I mean, come on, man.
He just cut his hair, so he didn't go this short.
Oh, did he?
He didn't go Matt Damon short.
Right. But still, I like the idea of a barbarian, in law school.
Sorry, I saw that pic sitting here. I wanted to address that because I was like, who is that guy? Who is that guy? But that's our guy, I think. Anyway.
Yeah, so the Barbarian comes out, is this, there was a House of Gucci movie, obviously. I mean, is everybody, just like a TV show. You make a couple seasons and you go get a movie, right? The Barbarian.
Yeah, Barbarian, House of Gucci. Well, yeah, soon there'll be a... Kalinowski of Doom or something. Yes, we'll have.
Well, Mara posted this at that Mara, but they renamed all the Subway sandwiches like the Boss. There was like 3 of them had like Schmodown people names.
Yeah, you're right.
Or no, it was like the Boss, the Killer, and something else. It was like what the hell?
Wouldn't name your fast food item the Killer, but
I guess not. Maybe it is not.
Maybe you might be right though, but
no. I think that would be even too far for the Killer, the Poisoned.
Yeah. But Pinocchio is part of, and I should post this up here, Disney Plus Day. I don't know if you remember last year we had Disney Plus Day. It was such a hit, they're doing it again. So they're premiering a ton of stuff on Disney Plus Day, including your Thor: Love and Thunder will have its debut to watch in your home on Disney Plus Day, which is this Thursday, September 8th. And we mentioned this Pinocchio, which to me looks like a big screen epic, but
yeah,
it's going to be on
Zemeckis.
Disney Plus. Yeah, it's Zemeckis and Hanks.
It's Zemeckis and Hanks, and it's Disney. I mean, it's like, okay, yeah. You can,
Polar Express, it's Castaway, but...
on Disney Plus, and you're like, it's Pinocchio.
Yeah.
I love how they make the Pinocchio look just like the one in the animated thing. Like, there's some things that Disney nailed that you just can't adapt it to go, but what would a real boy with strings look like, which they do for some of the European versions of this or whatever. And you're like, no, that's what Pinocchio looks like forever. It's like Bela Lugosi's Dracula. Hey, reinterpret Dracula all you want, but I'm sorry, they nailed it the first time.
Right.
Or hey, Frankenstein, you know.
Sorry,
we know it's got the square head.
Yeah.
I mean, that is what's amazing about those Universal monsters is like, well, technically that idea could be anything, says the Mummy. Tom Cruise is the Mummy. Well, you know, it doesn't have to be a guy in band. Kind of nailed it. So, like, that's with Pinocchio. It's like, no, don't give me a realistic version of a wooden boy. Give me the one from the cartoon, but walking around made by a computer.
Okay. Well, you've brought that up a couple times.
Give me the same but different. That's the rule. That's the rule for sequels. Same but different.
You've brought that up enough now where I need to jump away from my graphic for a second to share with you a clip of this Disney Plus Robert Zemeckis, Tom Hanks. Roughly similar clips to what I'll show in a second clip. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the eighth wonder of the world. The one and only Pinocchio!
Now, you talk about what would another Pinocchio look like? Well, it just so happens that Guillermo del Toro has a Pinocchio coming out this year. We have dueling Pinocchios. His is stop motion, and here's how that looks. With roughly similar eras of sections of the film shown here.
I want to tell you a story. It's a story you may think you know, but you don't. A story of the wooden boy.
So there's Del Toro saying, say what you want, Adam. My Pinocchio is looking different, quite different.
Is he responding to what I just said?
Yes, he is. You say
the live feedback from Del Toro.
You say it here, it comes out there. But,
wow, yeah, he does have the wooden boy. What if it was really wood? What would real wood look like? I mean, ugly. I've already called it out, but who gives a fuck?
But I don't know how it looks. But I don't know how the boy looks in that trailer. It might be later in the trailer. I guess I didn't get that far. But
yeah, I
don't want to see too much. But
no,
that you got Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Jiminy Cricket in Disney's. You got Ewan McGregor. Clearly, you could hear that voiceover in Del Toro's.
Okay, I was wondering if he.
Del Toro's is jacked up with all manner of stars, from Tilda Swinton to I think Ron Perlman, of course. Yeah,
because he has improbably become Oscar-winning brand Guillermo del Toro. I don't even know how that happens. This Hollywood does not resemble the one that used to rob people like that of their dreams of the 80s that I know.
Yeah, it says in the trailer from the guy who brought you The Shape of Water and Pan's Labyrinth. It's like Oscars.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
That guy won an Oscar for a Creature from the Black Lagoon movie. Now, in what world does a Creature from the Black Lagoon movie win an Oscar or even be considered for an Oscar? That guy's made of magic right there.
Here's some updates from the
also Blade 2.
From the Peanut Gallery. The Outlaw was one of those Subway sandwiches.
The Outlaw. Oh, I was like, yeah, that's right, because I knew what was Roca, and I was like, the Roca? No, but I couldn't think fast enough.
Corporate Craig would have been a great character twist. That's true.
I know,
absolutely.
right?
It would have been full on The Rock, right? I think he went from The Rock to the corporation's Rock, aligning with Vince back in the Attitude Era. And then there's a third Pinocchio movie with Pauly Shore. Well, I guess I'll just have to live without knowing about it.
Please tell me he's kidding.
I don't think so. He's mentioned it twice. I don't think he'd mentioned it twice.
Oh. Oh.
If you want to find and pull a trailer out, knock yourself out. I'm going to continue on the
You continue on
what's
that.
on Disney Plus Day graphic I was showing before.
Please tell me this is true while I search, by the way.
Okay, as we mentioned, this will be the debut of Marvel Studios' Thor: Love and Thunder, and it will be in the premiere IMAX enhanced streaming method, which is, I don't know if Adam, have you seen the IMAX?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's great, right?
And it's God's format. Honestly, like IMAX. Now, I don't know, for some reason, the Justice League, supposedly an IMAX format, just like a square to me. But when I go to a theater, I see Multiverse of Madness, and it's an extra story tall. I'm like, this is the real format. So I love when they do it on the TV, too.
Yeah, and it's, I guess, 26% more picture, and 15 Marvel movies are like that now. And it kind of became like when I got a new audio system for my home theater. It was like, well, I got to go put in the tank sequence from Last Crusade. I got to put in Storming the Beach in Normandy and really test out what the audio is doing here. And now you could do the same thing with your favorite scenes. Like I watched the bus fight from Shang-Chi. I watched the train fight from Captain Marvel just to test out the IMAX, at home, and it's totally worth doing. So Love and Thunder will be in that way as well, and you can check out all the glory of that kick-ass black and white sequence in the Shadow Realm from Love and Thunder in IMAX Enhanced.
Yeah.
And at the same time, Marvel Studios assembled the making of Thor: Love and Thunder will be out with interviews with all the stars, unseen footage from the set, and beyond.
And beyond.
The assemble is great. I watched the one for Shang-Chi. I need to watch a lot more. That's a great series. And if you like behind the scenes, Obi-Wan Kenobi: A Jedi's Return will be coming with behind-the-scenes footage, interviews, etc., from the cast and director Deborah Chow from that particular production, as well as you can see up here in the graphic. There'll be Frozen and Frozen 2 sing-alongs, a new short featuring Brie Larson, a new short from The Simpsons called Welcome to the Club, where Lisa Simpson has her heart set on being a princess, but is surprised to learn that it might be more fun to be bad. All the Simpsons shorts are fun, from the Billie Eilish one to the Star Wars ones. And I think that's it that we care about. There'll be a new She-Hulk attorney. Oh, Cars on the Road, a new 9-episode series from Pixar.
9 episodes of Cars? That they turned that into a show?
I'll see it. Cars on the Road. Mater and Lightning McQueen hit the road, and that'll be a new series coming up. They do a huge dump on Disney Plus Day, and then they just get up on everybody. Netflix, HBO, and everyone else can't touch them for a while they're just releasing all this fun new stuff. There's a new National Geographic show with a 29-year-old National Geographic explorer named Bertie Gregory. The theme parks, like Disney Plus subscribers, can get in a half hour early to the theme parks. There's complimentary Disney Photo Pass Plus for Disney Plus subscribers in the park that day. And AMC theaters will be showing $5 movies starting the 8th, going through to the 19th. That includes...
Are they all Disney?
Includes Encanto, Rogue One, a Star Wars story, Thor, Ragnarok. I want to see that back in the theater again.
Oh, yeah.
Cars and Newsies, and those tickets are going on sale. Those tickets are on sale already, I should say, and you can check out those movies. And there's special concessions for Disney Plus subscribers. There's free posters while supplies last. Like they just when I worked on the Disney Cruise Line, I knew it was like, is this going to last? Disney Cruise Line? Is it well? If they're worried, they pump more money into it. Now, of course, there's like, when I worked, there were 2. Now there's like 5 ships. And Disney Plus Day, is it going to take off with all this stuff? They pump more money into it. They make a big deal about it. There's more debuts. There's Disney Plus Day. And so now it's a huge thing. And it's may overtake Netflix. I'd be curious to see.
Wow.
But this is how they do it, with little special things like this to make you feel like you're, deal, as a subscriber. And it's worth it.
Pretty smart. There's no Hulu Day. They're just like, yeah, it's another day at Hulu.
Well, Hulu is Disney, but yes.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it?
Well, this is specifically Disney Plus Day. Yeah, Hulu Day will probably around the corner.
That's true. I guess if it's owned by Disney, because that's true.
Freeform Day, ESPN Plus Day, Disney Channel Day. They'll do all this.
Makes you feel like you're a part of something.
Yeah. But that's the big deal of what's coming on September 8th, this Thursday. Pinocchio, not just Pinocchio, but Cars on the Road, and a whole bunch of other stuff coming to Disney Plus. So,
Paul, thank you for that update. I am back with a little research that I did while you informed the audience of what was going on Disney Plus Day, and I'm here to inform you this is a thing.
There you go. Now, what should we name you? Maybe Leonardo. No, he'd grow up to be a turtle who only cares about pizza. I don't believe my eyes. Your name will be Pinocchio.
Father, when can I leave to be on my own? I've got the whole world to see.
You are too special, Pinocchio. The world is full of people who could harm you.
The timeless story.
So, that's Pauly Shore as Pinocchio.
In the audience.
We just need to come up with a new act.
Oh, come on!
You thought you knew.
The coach is headed for the cliff. She's gonna fall.
Hold on!
Senorina, alley-oop. Left it.
It's the last thing I want to get a copyright strike for.
Right.
Save
I guess.
buddy.
Yeah. I guess we should have played the sold game. Okay, sold? It's the opposite of sold.
Done? Yeah,
Towel.
Done?
Yeah.
VHS.
There you go.
Oh, no, I mean.
Hey, yeah, you do. All right, so that's Disney Plus Day. All right.
It really is Pauly Shore.
Do you want to mention anything else coming out? The Clerks 3, have you comments on that?
So that's coming out the 13th, you said?
Yes, I think it's a one-day thing, then it's off to streaming. It's not a big deal in theatrical release.
Yeah, well, he does such a good job. He's on tour with it right now, so when he's doing in town or something is you buy tickets, you go, you get a Q&A, the whole thing. So it's sort of like a curated road tour and then released on streaming, I'm assuming. So
yeah, did the same thing with Reboot, right? With,
right. Yeah. That's like classic, like Hollywood, like, you know, you pull up the truck, you open up the back, you put on your little puppet show, you fold it back up, you get out of here. I mean, that's like, that's some really old school type of advertising that he's doing. That's really awesome that he's just got that, you know, group that'll come to these things and come for him. And yeah, why bother with like this nationwide 35,000 screen release where half people are going to go, all right, who?
it's going in the calendar right now. I'm going to put that down.
I'm so excited for this. This is, again, cinema has been a warm hug for the last year, and Clerks 3 is like no different. It's like, well, that's a warm hug. It's going to be all right. You can go hang out with the Clerks guys for a while.
Well, I'm going to have to see Clerks too, but...
oh, you never seen it?
Yet. No. I'm underversed on Kevin Smith, to be honest.
Okay, yeah.
I've only seen Cop Out. That's not true. But, all right, let's get to some movie news. This is where we are. Paramount Pictures has greenlit Sam and Victor's Day Off. This is a...
Wait, you changed topics? What did you just say? Sam and Victor? Who?
Sam and Victor. I'm just going down the news, right?
Right.
We had our new releases.
Right.
Our Disney Plus Day. Elsewhere in the news, Paramount Pictures has greenlit Sam and Victor's Day Off. You may remember Sam and Victor as the valets who took Ferris Bueller's car for a ride.
No way.
They're getting their own show, I think, courtesy of the Cobra Kai team.
Whoa, what a great idea. Oh my God. Everything should be Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. This is such a brilliant Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Is this really true?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've searched many sources because I heard about it from a friend, and then I had to, let me jump online, and then there were multiple sources saying that this is being developed.
Oh my God. Paul, have I told you my Rosencrantz and Guildenstern? It's so... But... never mind. I'll cover it later. This is amazing, though. This is like... But there was a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern that literally everybody who has seen a movie knows that need their own movie. But anyway.
Yeah, don't tell me. Maybe write it, pitch it, because
I think so, yeah. Where do I find? It is with Richard Edson. Oh, my gosh.
Really? Like, is he going to try and pretend he looks like he did in 1986?
Well, Richard Edson, that's a legendary face. I'm surprised Richard Edson's not in more stuff.
Who was the other guy who was with? Was it Gummy from the...
Oh, it's Gummy from Fletch. Right.
Fletch. Yeah.
That guy's name, because I've seen the titles to Fletch so many times. What is that guy? Oh, Larry Flash Jenkins. And your winner. Hey, Richard Edson, though. I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah. Adam clearly has been to Comic-Cons.
Larry Flash Jenkins.
Here's something else that in the news. I'm just going to run through these news items because we got a bunch. MoviePass is back.
What is this? I'm hearing this. Do we
sold?
Probably not.
A-list treats us just fine. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
To expand it to other theaters I might not go to. If it can say, like, you're going to every theater in town, American Cinematheque and the New Beverly, and I mean, maybe. If they include the New Beverly, maybe.
Oh.
I just don't know why AMC would go along with the return of MoviePass when they've copied, stolen, and now have perhaps easier to use their own thing.
The new MoviePass doesn't include AMC movies, I'm sure, right?
All they've said is it was sold in 2017, and now the new founders are bringing it back, planning a relaunch beginning this weekend. So I haven't heard anything about it other than this announcement.
I'll tell you what would be the smartest move ever, because somehow that brand is pop culture gold. If you named a company Enron right now, it would do okay because everyone knows that name. But I would say the same thing with MoviePass. Like that logo. MoviePass is a huge brand. What they need to do is just start a site called MoviePass and just talk about movies, do Rotten Tomatoes shit on there. It's like don't even go near the old concept, but just that brand, right? Coming back as a game show. Please tell me that's true.
Why not? What the hell?
Would you like to answer, or would you like to MoviePass?
Here's the other thing. Oh, Adam, remember this? Hey, think back to earlier this year, Adam. Let's get a little nostalgic.
I'm thinking.
Remember this?
Who are you under there?
Oh, that's right. All of the DC movies coming out this year.
My son dreamt of a better world. That's why he saved me.
I'm sure you meant both of the DC movies coming out this year.
Here they both are.
And a universe.
Here's all both of them.
This one. What could be greater than a king?
That's my advice to DC. Just keep releasing trailers for Batwoman. Batgirl.
If we don't stand up, no one will.
Need superhero movies.
May have got tagged on that one.
Probably.
When we first showed it. But the point is, this is what they promised us, in theaters. Well, we got the Batman. Black Adam is coming. Nope on the Flash and nope on Aquaman. They tried to squeeze in after this Shazam sequel. That's also pushed to next year. So, as in our ongoing coverage of is the DCEU still a mess? Yes. The answer is yes.
Oh, I feel bad, but then they were like the conquering heroes for years with Superman, Batman, all that stuff, and I think they're just on the same timeline. Like if there had never been a Marvel, DC maintains the same timeline. This is what happens. They don't put out 4 superhero movies a year. Who in the world would do that if there wasn't a Marvel to try and compete with? You would only put out Batman this year, and then only put out Black Adam next year, and then only put out The Flash. That's the real timeline, except that Marvel is made of magic.
And where should they be? They should be 4 years behind, right? Man of Steel was 2012, but Iron Man was 2008. So if you really started it in 2012, you should still be 4 years behind, but they're just a mess now. So now we're getting Aquaman 2 in March and Shazam 2 in December 2023, or I might have that backwards. But either way, they're both next year. The Flash, nobody even knows, except apparently now there is some story out there about how Ezra Miller is going to get counseling and like
all he had to do. All he had to do.
Yeah. So, but anyway,
it's all he had to do. I'm seeking help. Cool. You stole some guy's whiskey. You broke into his house and stole his drinks. All right.
And here's that movie that.
Yeah.
Yesterday we went to Jaws. We're going to talk about that. But before Jaws, of course, was the AMC spot of Nicole Kidman's. There's news that they're going to make another one because it's kind of this little pop culture hit now. Everybody knows it. Everyone laughs and applauds now when it comes on that they're going to make another one. And I think the new one will have a hint to the sort of zeitgeist that followed this one embedded in the new one. So
for anyone watching this who's not in Los Angeles, it is a bit that I don't think they do anywhere else in the country, but it's a bit here that the entire theater applauds when the Nicole Kidman AMC thing starts.
Yeah.
It's really funny, and it happens every time, and everybody knows to do it.
Oh, and Adam, this is news for you because I don't want you to sleep tonight. A model of Stallone in cryo sleep from Demolition Man was found for sale at an antique shop in Australia, selling for about $4,000, I think. If I have that number right. And if you haven't seen it, again, I don't want you to sleep tonight. So instead, look at this.
Oh my God! What is happening? This is amazing. This was found at a model shop
in Australia. Yeah, and I think they're going to sell it now for $4,000 if I have my numbers right.
From Demolition Man. Oh my God!
In fact, everyone watching, good luck sleeping tonight. Look at that thing. Stallone and Demolition Man.
I want like a miniature of that. Wow.
This I believe. It's hard to crack this gang who watches the show. So yeah.
Wow. That's incredible.
How do I get it out of here? Okay.
I don't know. I think that needs to be our bug in the corner of the screen for the new redesign. Is that that would be really funny. Maybe we gotta have different weird custom bugs. Jesus. Wow. That's special.
Last bit of news before we talk about what we saw.
Yeah, thanks for getting the news here. This is how I'm getting it, Paul. I haven't paid attention to anything.
I got to burn through it or we never get to anything else. I told you this yesterday, and I was right. Number one at the box office this week in a super slow weekend, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Number one. Oh, my gosh.
Adding another $6 million to its pockets. Guess what number two was?
Thor? No. Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, my gosh. Back up to second. What was it, down to fifth or sixth?
Yeah, $5.5 million. So right on the heels of Spider-Man No Way Home. Jaws was number 10, but it did crack the top 10.
I mean, those two movies are now making actual moves in the top 10 because a weekend like this bumps, something down and Spider-Man takes over it, but then Top Gun Maverick is like getting up with Spider-Man No Way Home anyway, or is it beating it?
Let me go to your all-time domestic chart. This is domestic.
Memorized. This is so fascinating to me now. And Dan Murrell's show, if you're not watching Dan Murrell's show, he covers all this stuff like it's really cool. Like when things make moves on the top 10 and yeah.
I think the last time we reported, Maverick had taken over Titanic to move into number 7. It's since jumped 2 more spots over Avengers: Infinity War and Black Panther. It is now the number 5 fifth highest grossing domestic movie in history. It is in fact right behind Avatar, which Spider-Man No Way Home jumped over until Avatar gets re-released later this month, and then we'll see what happens. It would need to earn another $50 million to jump Spider-Man.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
So what's the top 10 right now? Do we know?
Yes. 10 is Avengers 2012, okay. Titanic, Infinity War, Black Panther, Top Gun Maverick, Avatar, No Way Home, Endgame, and your number 1 is still Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Wow.
Now, it changes a lot when it's worldwide.
Worldwide.
Number 1 is Avatar. Number 2 is Endgame. Number 3 is Titanic. Then The Force Awakens.
Okay. But the one we're used to is domestic. When we were kids and you'd look that up and you'd go, ooh, I wonder if Return of the Jedi is going to break, and then it would break. And you go, oh, it knocked out Jaws or whatever. Yeah. I remember paying a lot of attention to that as a kid. But I haven't now. And now it's like a legit sport with these two movies.
Maverick's got about $70 million to make in order to crack the top 10 all-time worldwide. It's going to be tough this late in its run, but I wouldn't put anything past it.
And the big difference between Maverick and anything else you mentioned in the top 10 is Titanic makes it to number 1, The Force Awakens makes it to number 1, Avengers, everybody bitches. Oh, these are the movies that, or whatever. Nobody complains Maverick's making its way up there. Nobody begrudges $1 made by Maverick. Everyone bitches about money made by Avatar. Well, not everybody. But.
I do talk about that all the time, though. Like, if this were 1980, we'd say, what are the biggest movies ever made? They'd be the best movies ever made. You know, it'd be The Empire Strikes Back, Rocky, Godfather. The best movies, Star Wars, would be the biggest. Now... There's great movies at the top, but like the Lion King remake is number 8 worldwide all time. The 2019 Lion King remake. Right. Furious 7 is number 10. It's cracked the top 10. Like right behind Top Gun Maverick is right behind Frozen 2. I mean, come on. So they're not the best movies of all time up there. Up at the very top, yes.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Endgame, Titanic. These are classic all-time movies.
These are great movies.
But there's other stuff in there, like which Transformers is in the top 20? One of them. It's not the one you like. But that's always, this box office is fascinating since the end of the lockdown. It's crazy.
Where's my Tom Cruise clip? Did I cut it out of here? I finally have an excuse to play. Oh, there it is.
Tom Cruise! Oh no! You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Show me the money.
Did I leave that Applebee's clip in here too? When we were talking to, who were we talking to about that? I must have pulled it. But.
Oh yeah, you need to put that one back in there. That was good. Got bumped out for something. But speaking of Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise! Oh no! You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Show me the money.
William Harold here. Have you seen the clip, Paul? Of Tom Cruise?
No.
On the plate, there's Cruise News.
Cruise News?
There is Cruise News. Hold on, I'm going to go find Cruise News as we're talking about our next thing. We got Cruise News.
Tom Cruise! Oh no! You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Show me the money.
Okay. The man is a legend. I'm going to go find the clip. Hey, this is like the main thing I wanted to talk about today. It's so funny.
Tom Cruise on a plane? This is the clip you're going to go find? All right, I'll talk about other stuff while you're gone.
Yeah, hit one more topic here. Let's see what this is.
Yeah, but that's it for the news. But I can jump into some other stuff in the realm of what we saw this week. Did I keep?
I'm so excited for you to see this clip, Paul. People are gonna you're gonna get to see this clip in real time. This is so good. Okay, I'm downloading.
Well, let's go to a commercial while you
go to a commercial.
You okay, miss?
I'm fine, thanks. My horse. Thanks a lot.
Honda, legend. Honda Coolio.
Honda Coolio. And a Honda Coolio.
To you, Paul. And a Honda Coolio to you, Paul. Paul, I have the greatest clip of the day. Paul, would you say that you like Tom Cruise?
I love Tom Cruise.
Why do you like Tom Cruise? Is it because he's the best? Is it because he's the best, right? Is it because he is just a truly epic person who makes truly epic movies?
Yes, all the above.
This clip is not going to change your opinion on that. Ready? Here we go.
Hi, everyone. Wish I could be there with you. I'm sorry for all the extra noise. As you can see, we are filming the latest installment of Mission Impossible. And right now, we're over gorgeous Florida Canyon in stunning South Africa. And we're making this film for the big screen for audiences to see in your wonderful theaters. Hey, sorry to bother you, Tom. Hey, with you? Chris McCory. Hi, everybody. Hey, listen, I hate to interrupt, but we really got to roll. We are losing the lights and low on fuel. Oh, yeah, we got to roll, huh? Low on fuel, that's not good. I'm sorry, we got to go. Wait, did you tell them about the thing? Oh, yeah, the thing. You know, we have a first look at the Mission Impossible trailer and a very special screening of Top Gun Maverick in its entirety. So please enjoy. And hey, let's all have a great summer. And action! We'll see you at the movies.
My God, the insurance guy.
Cruise! Oh no! You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Show me the money.
Oh my God, who insures those things?
Oh my God, can you believe that? I mean, come on, that's just like. And hey, have a great summer. I'm gonna make a shirt that says that. And hey, have a great summer. Who was the guy we interviewed that had a Tom Cruise interaction? We had to find that clip.
Oh,
do you remember that?
I mean,
well, yeah, we had
Lisa Ann Walter had the one where he basically saved people on the War of the Worlds set, jumped in the water and like saved somebody.
Yeah, jump a chasm to save someone from drowning. Like,
yeah, we had a couple.
The one was somebody walked him to his car. It was like Ron Babcock or somebody like that who just ended up in a situation where they like walked him out of a podcast or something and kind of to his car or whatever. And there was like that awkward moment where they're saying goodbye, and he goes, "Hey, have a good summer," and gets into his car. Hey, have a good summer. Ducks into the car.
Tom, is it?
Tom, was it? Not sure it wasn't Dom Cruise? That's a Paul F. Tompkins piece. Yeah. If you haven't heard that one.
Well, might have been Ron Babcock, because didn't he say that, wasn't he the one that said on our show that meeting Tom Cruise is like having a 8-day juice cleanse?
That's true. That was him. So maybe it was his story. Hey, have a good summer. Like the best guy, just a real chum of a guy.
Yeah.
So thank you for reminding me about that, William Harold, because
Wow.
so glad that Paul got to see that live.
I had not seen that. And that must have been from the beginning of the summer, because he's clearly talking about the trailer coming out and the movie coming out. So
yeah, this just got released like
I think
today.
Played privately and never got public air.
Oh, okay.
Now.
Yeah.
Thank God it did, because I enjoyed seeing the shit out of that.
So fun.
Speaking of great trailers, Adam.
We need to go. Laura's there. There's someone else outside. What was that?
We used to be friends. Why are you doing this, please? I would have never left, I swear. I swear.
It's Pooh and the 100 Acre Wood Gang getting revenge on Christopher Robin in Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Oh my God, that's amazing!
Because,
and you told me this existed because Winnie the Pooh is now public domain.
I believe so. Yes.
That's amazing. So someone made a Winnie the Pooh horror movie because you can do that now and not get sued.
Yeah, this is like people in masks. So it's like not even trying.
Okay, right.
Eeyore's dead in the trailer, probably because, well, you can't buy a mask and do Eeyore. You can buy a mask and pretend to be Pooh.
Piglet.
Yeah, or Piglet.
Yeah, that was a big piglet. I gotta say, well, I'm surprised that, because I couldn't quite tell what was going on in that movie, but I'm surprised they haven't done a Winnie the Pooh as an actual bear. Like basically a parody of like, how do we make something realistic that used to be a cartoon, like an actual giant grizzly bear that's just like wearing a t-shirt and yeah.
Don't ever look at this footage.
You must never look at this.
You must never look at this footage. Promise me you'll never watch this.
Oh man, yeah, Werner Herzog narrating Winnie the Pooh.
All right, so let's get on to what our big weekend was.
It's the wonderful thing about the
ticker. End a
ticker.
little early because I was setting up for my trailer trash party, and it's going to happen here.
Are guests showing up?
No, not yet. Not till 5.
Okay.
So I got to get out early and go make
Yeah.
party for them.
We'll get out of here. We got a couple things to talk about, and then we'll get out of here.
First of all, it is the holiday season. I should note, in the great Movie Guys LA Film Locations tour this week, I will be launching the horror tour. So,
woo! There you are on the Halloween porch.
Yeah, it's Mike Myers. Mike Myers.
Not
Michael
Mike Myers.
Big difference. Michael Myers' house. Yeah, you get to go to Nightmare on Elm Street locations, Halloween locations, the Fog, Phantasm. There's a whole bunch of cool locations you can visit on the horror and TV as well. American Horror Story, What We Do in the Shadows, their locations as well. So the horror tour is coming this weekend. A big hubbub will be made about it. Please follow LA Film Locations Tour all over social. And I booked a tour for this for the 14th. So a week from your date, Cam. Sorry, but
a week from Cam's birthday. Happy birthday, Cam! September 7th. She said she might be in like Tijuana today watching this. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, she sent me a message. Sorry I didn't respond, but yeah, I was like,
sorry
okay.
You're in jail.
Yeah, I was like, hey, you might have something better to do, but so thank you for watching. Happy birthday, of course.
Yeah. But outside of that news, which should be exciting, what we saw. All right, here's the big one. Actually, it's funny because I think on our first show we talked about this same event. John Williams, Maestro of the movies, at the Hollywood Bowl. I think we went last year and reported on it. And
really? That would have been like one of our first shows then, right?
Yeah, we did a to and from, I think, even.
Yeah.
To and from Black Panther in concert, and then a to and from this.
Right.
Which is great because David Newman conducts the LA Phil. David Newman, of course, a great composer in his own right.
David Newman.
Bowfinger, Nutty Professor, War of the Roses, etc.
Galaxy Quest. That's his masterpiece.
So He conducts the first half of the show, which is movie music from throughout the ever. It is, let's see, starts out with this great, just from the movies, everything Gone with the Wind, from Rocky to The Godfather to The Magnificent Seven, and
not my montage. I'm jealous of this one. It was a very good montage, but boy, it's just a perfect way to start the show too, because it's just every great theme from cinema history, you know.
Yeah, Adam was more showcased in Black Movie soundtrack, which we reported on.
Yeah,
but this one he did a Snoopy montage set to music from Henry Mancini's Great Waldo Pepper soundtrack, which was tons of fun. It was just basically Snoopy fighting the Red Baron.
Right.
And saving the girl.
It is fun.
And then a Lincoln.
I did Lincoln.
Which was really good.
Which is a lot more gravitas. It's not the... I love the Black Panther and Into the Spider-Verse because it's like, it's all this pumping beats and there's all these things to hit. But as silly as the Snoopy one is, it's the montage where I think every single thing that happens in it hits a beat in the music. So that is why I do like that montage.
Yeah.
Does.
I didn't get a photo of that because I think I was so engrossed. But beforehand, they had Bugs Bunny. If you ever saw the famous Bugs Bunny cartoon where he's conducting an orchestra and getting mad because there's a fly, among other things, bothering him, and so he's getting at it. And while he's doing all this, of course, the music's going crazy. And it kind of blurred the line after a while. You're like, who's conducting the LA Phil? Is it David Newman or is it Bugs Bunny? And that was kind of fun.
Yeah, so, I was the hero on this too. That I got a call the day before this because I guess all the sound effects that you hear there, like the fly and all the tapping and stuff, that's played on a separate track. And I guess for whatever, because videotape is, they've had this track for so long, the click track for the orchestra was bleeding through, and you couldn't hear it till you put. It was like click, 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 and they're like, can you remove these? I had to remove those the day before. Wow. I was the hero of that sequence. Still nobody knew.
Then, of course, Williams takes the stage. Here he is talking to Bing Wang, who's the first chair violin, who was put to work by doing music from, you may remember, John Williams' first Oscar was taking the play of Fiddler on the Roof, transferring it musically to the screen with music that wasn't in the Broadway score. A whole opening sequence which they played, and this violinist went nuts. She was great, just crazy.
Schindler's List.
She was so good they went right into Schindler's List, and so that was fantastic.
Incredible. The soloist in Lincoln is this big solo is the trumpet, and I forget the name of the guy that played the trumpet, but I mean, just an amazing, just for John Williams to be able to do enough with the type of music he creates to create something like Star Wars, obviously, but then to just go I think I'm just going to do one of the most epic pieces for trumpet for Lincoln, and that's and then we
and I was saying afterwards, it does every once in a while. I think it was JFK had trumpet, and Born on the 4th of July score certainly had big trumpet. I remember specifically when Cruise's character got shot, they put him in a wheelchair. It was like it's like this solo haunting trumpet. It was really cool.
Yeah.
But we were excited, of course, when Williams gets up and conducts and does something like this. I mean, Major, move! Indeed. 90 years old, still getting it done. Just, folks, do what you love. If you're not doing what you love, you'll I don't even know what the hell you're doing. And when you do what you love, you can do it forever. Why would he want to retire? I mean, he's going to. He talks about Indiana Jones 5 being his last score. But, why didn't he retire at 55, 65 like some people? Because those people potentially hate their jobs for 30 years and can't wait to get out of it. If you do what you love, you'll do it forever. And I love that Williams is doing that.
Yeah. But listen to that piece you just played right there. Now, Paul, you and I have talked Raiders of the Lost Ark to death, including recently with Dan Merle, who will be on the next episode of the Ford Fiesta. And yet, you saw... here? Yeah. You saw Raiders 3 times in the theater this year, or 2?
Twice. Yeah, twice.
Twice.
Well,
the point is...
the outdoor screening in the New Beverly, yes.
Just when you think you know it all about Raiders or whatever, you listen to that music live in concert and you're like, how is this even possible? Like what that music sounds like, how all these people play it together to make it, that's just a put an incredible piece of music that is.
And the big deal, of course, is that
my whole life
he announced, well, we're working on Indiana Jones 5, and there's something called Helena's theme. Helena's played by Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Bridge.
One Bridge.
Bridgers. Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yeah, right. There's another Bridgers out there. Yeah.
So here's her theme, which he played. I captured a little bit of it, and you can hear now that the whole show has moved into the 50s and 60s. It's definitely hit some minor chords that feel like that sort of epic 50s sweeping cinema score that he's feeding off of. And I haven't had, if I'm not wrong, we haven't had a gorgeous, big portion of a score to an indie film that reflects the female character since Karen Allen's character.
Since Marion's theme. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
the question.
So-
Is it as good as Marion's theme? We'll level judgment on that after we listen to this clip here.
Yeah, and after we see it in context in the film too. But so
Well,
far,
that's true,
this is pretty damn good. Essentially goes into a repeat there. That kind of
very like
minor chord is very cool.
50s Hollywood kind of fullness in that score. It's really nice. Yeah. There's no way to tell if it's as good as Marion's theme till we see it in context, that sort of thing. What I love is that there is these little nods inside of it to Marion's theme, just a note or two, a couple of just like those little John Williams bits in there. You go ooh ooh. Just for a second.
Yeah. And
but Paul, can you believe we went to the Hollywood Bowl and got to see the premiere of a piece of music from an Indiana Jones movie?
It's awesome. It hasn't been played
That's
anywhere.
insane.
Yeah. It's very cool.
That's crazy.
And of course, he ends with this. I mentioned this when I went to see The Empire Strikes Back in concert. That the people who had now at that show they were handing out. As one of the sponsors handing out little lightsabers about that big, but in this one you could buy them there, but people were also bringing theirs, so it was a sea of lightsabers, and they didn't even discuss
always.
it. You just know how to move them in sync. Rats! I downloaded the wrong clip. I'm not gonna be able to play it.
Well, the best thing is when the kids have their music, but some of the kids get bored, just start waving it during Schindler's List. It happens. It happens. That's always what's funny.
Especially when one pops up, during the middle of Schindler's, like, hey, a little red light, and then I should.
Right. Like, I know you're excited, and he only does those for the finale. So like he comes out, and I mean that's the thing. It's not like going to a Duran Duran concert where you're like, I didn't recognize any of those songs, or none of those were Duran Durans until the finale. But that's often how John Williams does it, because he played two from Franz Waxman. I mean, A Place in the Sun was an incredible piece of music to see played live.
Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah, Sunset Boulevard, Robin Hood, like the stuff that was curated was awesome as well. And also just like sometimes you settle back from being a big movie geek, a big John Williams geek, or whatever movie they're playing. You're like, this is great. This really captures this sort of thing about it. And sometimes you just take a step back and go, well, I'm just at a nice orchestral concert when it's something I don't know by heart, like A Place in the Sun. And then you're like, where in the world would you even be able to hear A Place in the Sun, much less from the greatest orchestra on earth and the greatest composer?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Well, that was that, and I gotta get to thinking about going. So let's talk about the last thing we did, and it was just yesterday.
That was just yesterday.
Wow, it was just
yesterday. All my Jaws seem so far away.
Yeah, Jaws is back, as I mentioned. It's cracked the top 10 in 47 years after it was released. So, yeah, in 3D and IMAX, we chose 3D. The 3D didn't add, or thankfully didn't detract. It was just kind of cool, giving some depth to some cool shots.
Welcome to Point Counterpoint. Let me know when you're done, Paul.
I'm done. Lay out how much you loved it.
That 3D was awesome, okay? Look, I'm just a huge kid, obviously. I went to see Jaws 3 in 3D. That year, they released so many 3D movies: Treasure of the Four Crowns, Space Hunter Adventures in the Forbidden Zone. There's been some law that the titles had to be very long. Metalstorm, The Destruction of Jared Sin. And I always loved 3D movies. The idea that I could watch, and the cool thing was, like, sometimes you would get Viewmasters of movies, and you'd be able to see that movie in 3D. Like, I think I had Superman the movie. Well, obviously there was no 3D version of that, but they sent the Viewmaster people to the set, took the, hieroglyphic, anaglyphic photographs. So the idea that Jaws would have a Viewmaster is absurd. They weren't going to put Jaws in a Viewmaster for kids at the time. But as I saw all these beautiful shots of Amity and all the great depth that Spielberg shoots depth more than anybody has ever forgotten to in their life. Like, it's like Citizen Kane level of depth, and it just comes down to, like, the meeting, about closing the beach. Right all the way out to Brody, which is one of my favorite shots because everyone squeezed Brody out. But that was just all throughout this. The compositions, there's always something in the foreground, and it just, when the boat's going away and you're going through the teeth of the Jaws, that's just like the most beautiful 3D photograph. Every time that the orca would turn in the water and you'd get that front mast part, especially when Quint's on it when they're hunting it, and that's just the 3D-ness of that entire ship turning and everything. It was like, I got to live in Jaws for so long. I was enjoying the hell out of it. It added tremendously to a movie I've seen 100 times.
Well, there you go. And I think you have one more thing to share with us that you loaded up.
I do have one more thing. Paul, I just mentioned that that it would be absurd to have a Viewmaster of Jaws of many of the other Jaws products from the time. Like, did you have the Jaws game, Paul? I was going to upload this here. No. I found a commercial for it. Hold on one second. But as I lead into this, but let me upload this too to show it to you. But so there were other Jaws products. I had Jaws trading cards. I don't know if you knew there were Jaws trading cards. They made trading cards for everything. There were only like 3 ways to exploit any movie that came out.
Did they?
They did. And I thought, and spectacular, but like that would make a good Viewmaster. It reminded me of some of the more lame trading cards from Jaws at the time. Paul, would you like to see them?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was very
like for example. Like for example, I don't know why. I mean, Polly, it's fine. She's a great character and everything, but what a weird trading card. Am I wrong? Some of these scenes. Yeah, Picket Fence Karate Bandit on the loose.
That was big news for Brody. He ignored it promptly, but still a plot point.
That was a moment in that scene. I get it, but putting it on a trading card, I just thought that was weird. When I look back on some of these. Let's see, what else do we have here? Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really a vampire attack. The kid says, "Oh, I got bit by a vampire," but you put it on a card like that, a kid watches it and they're like, they had paintbrush panic. Remember when he spills all the paintbrushes? I mean, it's just tiny moment. It's a tiny moment. I don't know why you would, why would feature that. It just doesn't make any sense. Just doesn't make any sense. Brody eschews Mr. Kiesel. Now, of course, that's the guy that's trying to, Brody's trying to go, he finds out it was a shark attack. He runs through the town. Mr. Kiesel comes out. He's got a concern, a small town concern.
Yeah, bike
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he blows him off. I get it, but make it a card? It's just very strange. Paintbrush panic. What else we got here? A ferry boat date with bureaucracy. Now, that's true, But it's not a scene you'd want to. It's just weird they included these scenes, Paul. That's
I
my
wouldn't
point.
lead promoting my film with this trading card.
No. I mean, of course they've got other larger ones, larger moments from it. But it's just like ferry boat date. I guess they had to fill out the pack, I got 12 ferry boat dates with bureaucracy. Would you like to trade it for a paintbrush panic? I don't know, maybe something like that.
Flip them into the hat. Right.
Brody comes to the rescue of a local. Now, this is just a guy complaining about some sort of ordinance or whatever. This card makes it sound like it's a big moment.
He's looking past that guy at the sea, but you wouldn't know.
Right. I just say these are the lamest Jaws cards, Paul. That's what I'm trying to say.
Lame
let's see what
trading cards? Is that the name of this bit?
Lame trading cards. Welcome to our segment, Lame Trading Cards. This is what happens. Okay, that is what happens. I get it, but we never even understood what that line meant in the scene,
He's looking for a pulse there. I don't think he's going to get one.
What? That's my favorite, of course. I thought it was a funnier moment for me, but I'm glad it was in a trading card.
A what?
And Hooper closes in on a Klondike victory. First of all, weird to showcase that, and he looks very far from a Klondike victory. I just want to tell you, Paul.
Yeah, and it also just reminds me of that unfinished plot point.
Right? Did he win Klondike? Yeah.
Who knows? Now I'm disappointed. Now I think less of the film. That's not how I would. This might be a lame trading card.
Paul, that's a lame trading card. And finally, again, characters. I don't know if you need him showcased or whatever, but Pippin. For just a minute. The dog has passed away.
Rest in peace, Pippin.
Rest in peace, Pippin. Now, the card is accurate. I'll just tell you. I'm just saying it's kind of a lame trading card considering the movie. Okay. And that was lame trading cards. Are you glad you waited for it?
That's...
VHS.
Yeah.
All right.
I did have Jaws 3 trading cards. They had little tiny glasses, and they had little 3D images. It's true.
With that, Adam, I got to bail on today's show. I got to
get out of here.
I got to go host a Labor Day party, but we'll be back next week with more nonsense. In the meantime, you can look up. I appeared, if you're still in the Schmodown Patreon, I appeared with Kate and Brett on Brett and Kate's Playdate.
Oh, that's a fun crew right there.
Yeah, that was a fun show. This is completely not.
Sorry. Did I?
Completely not posed at all. And of course, check us out every Monday at this time.
Hey, thanks for watching, Paul. Good job with the news. You ran down. You ran that stuff down.
I think it was backing up. No.
I think this is I think it took a year. I think we found the efficiency level to cruise through a show, get entertaining, get an hour of their time, end with some dumb trading cards, and we're out of here.
And yes, I will be going to Duran Duran on the 11th. So I'll have a report on that because they no doubt will be singing View to a Kill, or if not, I'm going to report back about how they disappointed me. In other movie stuff, I'm going to the Halloween Horror Nights employee preview, which opens Thursday. I'll be going on Tuesday to check that out, and I'll report back with how the movies represented that.
Paul's doing movie stuff.
The D23 Expo is this weekend for the Disney fan club and all the stuff, the announcements and things that they're going to have there. So there's much to report next week as well.
Paul, your movie reporter, Paul's going to be on all that stuff, and maybe I'll think of something too.
Till then, bye.
Jaws is the game where you try to fish out what's in the jaws of the great white shark.
I'm going for the camera. Made it!
But be careful, because if you remove the wrong piece, the jaws will get you. You're out. Jaws, it's you against the great white shark and each other from Ideal.
Can't end the show yet. Got to say, I absolutely played that many times.
Oh yeah, I had it too.
I played the shit out of that. I played that a ton. Yes.
Yep.
And I think I remember playing it at my church, like in the after Sunday school or whatever, and like the little. I mean, that's just crazy. And I think about it, that's where I played that.
Absolutely.
Right, yeah. Yep. That's enough show. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.